Greetings students, you are most welcomed in my English class. Today we are going to study the topic past indefinite tense. Students, you know very well we can know this tense by the name simple past. Yes students, simple past or past indefinite tense. First of all, we'll study about the definition of this tense. Students, it's a known fact that if you want to know something more about the topic, it's very necessary to know about the definition of that topic. That's why I have presented here the definition of past indefinite tense. Students, here past indefinite tense is the form of verb that denotes about what happened but not happening now. Students, you always use the simple past when you say something when something happened, so it is associated with certain past expressions. Yes students, you know very well what is past indefinite tense. It means past indefinite tense is the form of verb which tells us about the past action, what had been happened before now, and there is no trace of that action. It means that action is now the part of history. Students, here you can check. First of all, we have to frequency, often, sometimes, always. Here the first example, I sometimes walked home at lunchtime. It means it happens often, or maybe sometimes, or always. If we discuss about always, we can say we should use here present indefinite tense or simple present tense. Second, I often, you can call it often, but I'm telling you, you can call it often. I heard the pronunciation of this word in British lingua, but I'm not going to I'm not willing that you should use it. If you are habitual to pronunciate this word often, it's also right. I often brought my lunch to school. It means I often, mostly you can say I use to bring my lunch at school. At definite point in time, like last week when I was a child, yesterday, 6 weeks ago. Yes students, these are the words by which you can know this is the sentence or sentences of past indefinite tense. We saw a good film last week. Yesterday, I arrived in Geneva. Next, she finished her work at 7 o'clock. I went to the theater last night. Here, one thing you can observe that these sentences, in all sentences, we can say there is the description of past time. It means about a task which has happened in the past, and at present there is no trace of that action. It means that has been passed away. In the past time, you can say normally. An indefinite point in time, the other day, ages ago, a long time ago. Yes, students, by example you can check here. People lived in caves a long time ago. It means you know very well, in the beginning people used to live in caves because at that time there were no facilities of such type of houses. That's why we can say she played the piano when she was a child. It means she played the piano when she was a child, not at this time. Students, one more thing I want to tell you, that if you want to use this tense, keep in your mind an action was happened in the past, not at this time. Yes, not at this time. Here, not. The word ago is a useful way of expressing the distance into the past. It is placed after the period of time, a week ago, 3 years ago, a minute ago. Students, one more thing I want to tell you, that you have to keep in your mind the word ago. Yes, 2 minutes ago, 2 hours ago, 2 days ago, 2 months ago, like 2 years ago. Yes, it means there is far distance between now and in the past. Students, here are two by which you can know the formation of simple past tense. Patterns of simple past tense for regular verbs. First, for affirmative sentences, students, you know very well, in affirmative sentences there is no need of helping verb. We can use subject plus second form of verb or past verb, you can say, and object if there is need of an object in the sentence. Negative. In negative sentences you can use not, but it is also confirmed that we can't use not in the sentences without helping verb. That's why we use here helping verb did, and after did we can place not. Here you can check. They didn't go. Didn't means did not. A combined single word made by two. It means did plus not, didn't. Interrogative. Interrogative sentences. Students, I had told you that in interrogative sentences we have to place helping verb before subject. Yes, students, here you can see in this sentence, did she arrive, and after arrive there is a sign of interrogation. Next is interrogative negative. It means in question the sense is negative. Students, by two ways we can express this type of sentences. First is we can place first helping verb, after that subject, and just after the subject we have to place not. Second, if you want, you can combine did plus not. It means didn't plus subject plus first form of verb plus object plus sign of interrogation. Students, keep in your mind, it's a non-fact. When, do, does, did, these three are used as helping verb, then we have to place first form of verb as a main verb. Next sentence, there is the example of to walk. Here you can check affirmative sentences, negative sentences, interrogative sentences. In affirmative sentences, here you can check I walked, you walked, he walked, we walked, they walked. Here you can see there is no effect of subject on the main verb. Walked. This in first sentence walked, second walked, third walked, fourth walked, fifth walked. So with I walked, with you walked, with he walked, with we walked, with they walked. In negative sentences, here in all sentences there are helping verb. We can say there is only one helping verb, did, and because of negativity we have placed here not. And one more thing we have done, that we have combined did and not, so it didn't. I didn't, you didn't. After that walk, as I told you, I didn't walk, you didn't walk, he didn't walk, we didn't walk, they didn't walk. It means here you can see all sentences are same, only the variation of subject. Interrogative sentences. Did I walk? Did you walk? Did he walk? Did we walk? Did they walk? In these sentences there is no negativity, so no need to place not or combine with did. Next, here simple past tense of to be, to have, to do. Yes, students, here you can see the subject I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they. Be, you know very well, be, was, been. You know it is compulsory to use the past of verb That's why here you can see a variation with I was, you were, because you is used as a singular subject as well as a plural subject. His, it was because of singular status. We were, you were, they were. Here you can check there are two you. One you can say for singular and secondly for plural. Have. If you wanna check about the past of have, there is only one had. Here you can check. And if you want to know about the past of do, then did. It means there won't be any change because of subject. I want to say the person number of the subject. Notes on affirmative, negative and interrogative forms. Affirmative. The affirmative of simple past tense is simple. It means very simple. I was in Japan last year. Here you can say was is not helping verb, but it is the second form of be. She had a headache yesterday. Yes, yesterday, last year. We have just studied about these two words. We did our homework last night. Here, did the second form. Negative and interrogative. For the negative and interrogative simple past form of to do as an ordinary verb, use the auxiliary did. Example, we did not do our homework last night. The negative of have in the simple past is usually formed using the auxiliary did. It means you have to use have after did. In negative, did not have. Not you can write here hadn't, because I'm telling about have and had. Had is the second form of have. That's why I want to tell you clearly. But sometimes by simply adding not or the contraction and. The interrogative form of have is the simple past, normally used the auxiliary did. Examples, they went in Rio last summer. We didn't have any money. We didn't have time to visit the Eiffel Tower. We didn't do our experiences this morning. We were in Iceland last January. Did you have a bicycle when you were young? Did you have a bicycle when you were young? Did you do much climbing in Switzerland? Not. For the negative and interrogative form of all verbs in the simple past always use auxiliary did. Here students, it's very compulsory to use auxiliary did. Yes, it's very simple and sure, because we should know that we have to use did as helping verb in negative and interrogative sentences. Simple past, irregular verbs. Some verbs are irregular in the simple past. Here are the most common ones. To go. He went to a club last night. You can check. There is go, went, gone. It means there is no irregularity in these verbs. Not like walked, walked. No. All forms are different. Go, went, gone. Did he go to cinema last night? He didn't go to bed early last night. Give, gave, given. We gave her a doll for her birthday. They didn't give John their new address. Did Barry give you my passport? Here you can check in simple, or I mean to say in affirmative sentence you have to use the second form, and in negative and interrogative sentences you have to use helping verb, I mean to say auxiliary did. To come, my parents come to visit me. My parents came to visit me. Sorry, not come, came to visit me last July. Here came is the second form of come. In next sentence you can check what is the use. In this we didn't come. It means when we use did auxiliary we should apply first form of verb because it was raining. Did he come to your party last week? In this sentence there is a question, but you can know after did there is the use of come. It means first form of verb. Yes students, now we'll discuss about this. When do we use the simple past? Yes, this is a right question. The simple past is used to talk about actions or situations in the past. Yes, we have just studied about it. It is also called past simple. Yes students, in the beginning of this video I had told you past indefinite tense is also known by simple past tense. Simple. First, action finished in the past, single or repeated. No need that action was repeated or happened once. But we have knowledge that action was completed by anyone in the past. I visited Berlin last week. How many times? There is no meaning to count the visits. And you watched TV yesterday. How many times? No need. My friends went to Paris a week ago. They have come or not? No matter. My parents ate a lot of junk food when they were young. Yes. In their youth, they used to eat a lot of junk food, we can say. Second, series of completed actions in the past like present tense. Yes, I had told you the examples of present tense. I get up early in the morning. After that, I take my breakfast or a cup of tea. After that, I take bath. In this way, we can express a series of actions. But if you want to use in the past, you can also use it. Like, first I got up, then I had breakfast. Yes, in these sentences you can check clearly. On Sunday, my brother and I went to a nice lake. There we met our friends. We swam in the warm water and played volleyball in the afternoon. Too bad that we had to go home in the evening. In this way, we can say this is a series of actions. Or we didn't want to go to school on Monday. Yes, this was also the sentence of that series. Here you can check third. Together with the past progressive or continuous tense, the simple past interrupted an action which was in progress in the past. In other words, students, you can say when simultaneously two actions of the past were happening, and one is completed, and at the time of the first action completion, the second was continue, which was completed first. In that sentence, we should use past indefinite tense. Here you can check. First action. They were playing cards when the telephone rang. First action, past progressive, were playing. Second action, simple past, rang. It means which action was completed at that time? Yes, the second was completed, but first was continue at the time of the completion of first sentence or first action. While Dennis was reading outside, it started to rain. The starting of rain. Yes, that was we can say the rain has started. The rain has started. It means the starting point had gone. But Dennis was reading outside. The starting done, but reading continue. And it means the second action is in simple past, where we have used started, means past form of start. In first action, past progressive, or you can say past continuous tense, was reading. Fourth, past indefinite tense is used when two actions were happening simultaneously. One action had been completed before the second action. We use past perfect tense, which action had been completed first, and past indefinite tense, that action which had been completed after the first action. Example. Yes, students, you can say this is the second part of that same situation when two actions of the past were happening simultaneously. First, one actions had been completed first, and after the completion of first, the second completed. It means when we use the past indefinite tense, yes, in the second action which had been completed after the first action. Here you can check examples. The patient had died before the doctor came. Which time happened? Which actions? We can say which action what happened first? The patient died, but doctor came after the first completion action. We can say after the completion of first action. It means which action was completed first, we have to use in that sentence past perfect, and which action had been completed or was completed secondly, we should use in that sentence simple past tense. Yes. The piano had rung the bell when I reached at the school. At the school or at school. Students, there is some mistake. This is one sentence. The piano, here we can check, the piano had rung, R-U-N-G, rung the bell when I reached at school. It means before reaching school, the piano had rung the bell. It means which action has been completed first to ring the bell, and which action happened secondly reach at school. To reach at school we can say. So we can use here reached at school. The train had left the station when I reached at platform. Ayush had reached at school when I reached there. Yes, students, in all sentences here you can say past indefinite. Here you can check past indefinite. Here also past indefinite. In this way we can use past indefinite tense. Students, I think this video will help you a lot. Thanks and have a great time. Okay, bye.